Why is nobody playing Belo Betty in OP12? That is going to be like the concept of this video right here. Belo Betty in OP12 falls off like something we've never seen, right? OP11, Belo Betty goes ahead and wins like damn near every regional in the season. So how come OP12 in Japan has like 0 Belo Betty tops? What happened? What's going wrong? Is it the meta change? Because nothing's changed about the deck. We don't see any bans, nothing. I know exactly why Belo Betty is not seeing play. And it is because of one deck. And that deck is going to be Green Zoro. Green Zoro is the second most played deck in all of Asia right now. And it is, on paper, a horrible matchup for Belo Betty. But can it be solved? And if it can, does that mean that Belo Betty has a place in the meta? There are other factors as well. There's Rayleigh, which on paper is also a bad matchup for Belo Betty. It's similar to Red Zoro in that sense, where they spit out characters and you can't quite keep up. And because they're an aggro deck with 5 life, they kind of outsource you in the way where you only have 4 life, right? So you can't quite take the aggro the same way they can. But today we are going to look at an OP12 list that deals with both of these problems, and we're going to run a couple games against these leaders to see if the problem can be fixed or if it's just a really, really bad matchup, and if that is enough to just push Belo Betty out of the meta completely. Let's jump into the deck list that I play in OP12. So this here is the deck list that I'm running into OP12. It's very normal to a very standard Belo Betty list, right? You have your Betty, you have your Koala, you have your Kuma, Inazuma, Morley of course being a tech choice, but I love triggers, so I run Morley. Ivankov, Karasu, Lindbergh, 5-cost Ivankov, Promo Sabo to deal with the pesky buggy matchups, and Anti-Starve. 2 cups of Koala just to have more options to spam out things. And I'm running 4 copies of Kuma. This is like the only addition in OP12 that we actually add into the deck. There is also this Promo Sabo, but as of right now, it does not solve the Rayleigh or Zoro matchup. So I'm still iffy on this card as a card in deck, but I think it definitely has a place. I just don't know if it's for this video, right? This video is about solving the Zoro and Rayleigh matchups. So this card not going in the deck for now in this list. But yeah, Kuma is an incredibly important card for the Zoro matchup, as it can heal you and then it basically doesn't get KO'd, right? Like if they KO it, they get punished. And so Zoro's whole thing, right, is to rest your board and then swing into it to wipe your board and then also swing into your face. This kind of just deals with both of those things, right? So Kuma is going to be a super important card. This is something I learned from playing Koala into Zoro. Koala was struggling a lot into Zoro in the early days, but then people realized that Kuma is really powerful into Zoro. And if you just find your Kumas, you're kind of good to go. So running 4 copies of Kuma because it's super important to find. We're also running Hormone because I love triggers, like I said, and Hormone is just a good card. It can help both against Zoro. Both against Rayleigh and Zoro. Because you can have that extra defensive power when you really need it. Running 3 copies of stage just to make sure we find our pieces. As we're not running race max, we do have more space for that 1 drop. So we're running 3 copies of stage. Let's run this deck into a couple of games and see how it performs against those new Belo Betty threats. Okay, so we found our Rayleigh here. I'm going to be playing this as I would play against a Red Zoro, where I will try to keep control of board, try to play a little bit of a slower game, and then when they're out of resources, I'm going to be pushing. This hand does not do any of that. And we're also going first. Not great. This is a lot better. We have the Betty to play on turn 1. We have a Koala for next turn. And let's grab Lindbergh as a good control option for that 3rd turn. Yo, YouTuber. Um, he has a lot of options, especially going like second, right? He can go Luffy on 4, which is super scary. He misses his buggy search though, which is really good. And then he does a Nami search as well. So he's running some sort of stride package here. Finds the King Kong Gatling, which is a card you really do have to watch out for. I'm going to start with a 5k swing. Because I do believe the correct play is to drop the Inazuma here. The first time whiffing the buggy search, I mean, it's rough. He's going to counter. I don't know if I agree with that, but that's okay. Now we have some sort of board. We really are lacking on our next turn. We really would need to find a 5-cost Ivankov here. Going first is really bad in general. And he's going to put a lot of pressure on our life here. Especially depending on how this turn goes. But we're always going to take that first hit. And that's really good. We're going to pitch the Sabo. Don't want to pitch the Lindbergh, as that is like my whole next turn, basically. And he's going to not swing more. Okay, so he's a little bit scared here, it seems. We'll start by pitching the Morley. We'll hit him with a 5. It's a little bit sucky that he didn't rest like anything, because it prevents me from going for his board the way I want to. He takes the 5, okay. Hitting with a 6, see where he's at now. He drops a 2k, hit him for a 7. Takes, and then hit him for an 8, and he should take that too. And we'll just drop the Lindbergh here. It was really sucky that we did not have a 5-cost Ivankov here. It would have made me feel so much more comfortable going into this. But sometimes things just are what they are, right? He's just going to aggressively go for my board here. So I think it does end up benefiting him in the end there that he didn't swing with his stuff, as I would have just swung into those. But at least we have managed to stick a Lindbergh, which is really good, and we do have the reducers in hand. So hopefully he's not dropping some sort of mole gun here. He decides to search for Conqueror's Hockey, which is also really good against us. Reveals those two, makes sense. We know about those. Plays out the Boa, which is really bad for us as well. There's another search here. Slaps a Dawn on his leader with this. And then he's not going to do search, I guess. And this is the unblockable thing. Okay. It only works for his Rayleigh leader. Reveals those two. It's fine. He boosts here with leader effect. This looks like it's going to be 5-7. I'm just going to let this go. I'm not going to throw my resources away to defend that. And I'm still going to take this hit. And there's a Belo Betty. What the fuck? Dude. Okay, this is not that bad, actually. So it's either Ivankov or Koala here. I think I have to go for the Ivankov. Because I can't quite afford the Koala here. I don't think. Can I? I think I can, actually. And then we're going to swing 5k into this. Gonna give it up. We're going to boost with the 5-cost here because we want to keep counter in hand because we are terrified of what is coming next turn. And we do it like this. He lets that go. That's really good for us. Okay. Because if he had defended that, we'd be in a really weird spot where he can put a lot of aggression on us right now. But now he's probably not as comfortable pushing for lethal here. We know he has the King Kong Gatling or whatever it is. And also he has the unblockable event. So that is something we need to keep a track on. But if he does end up going from here, he has this as well, which basically plus 1k is his leader. Because it attaches an active, and then it gives plus 1k as well. And he does use that as well. So it seems like he is going to go for something here. Gonna swing 7, and we can't take this because he has the unblockable, right? And we'll see where he's at now. He could still do weird things here. He does have access to 3 cost 5k rushers like Zoro here, or the new Jinbei as well. But he's going to end up doing a search. Maybe he's looking for that rusher. Or maybe he's looking for more King Kong Gatlings. I don't know. Finds another Luffy. Making me think that he's actually not going to go face here. He might pivot into this Lindbergh. Which is fine if he does that, because I do have double 2k in hand, so I feel pretty comfortable defending it. Okay, so now things become interesting, right? Because he's swinging 6k. And if I take it, he can swing 9k here. But he becomes 10k with the Gatling gun. And if he has more of this card, that's even more. So we can't quite risk taking this hit here. I really want to block and just give up my koala. But I think I have to go like this. And he does still have access to one more. Like, he could still play a 3-cost rusher as well. Okay, he's going face here too. He only has 2 Dawn remaining, which means he can't play a rusher. But what he can do that he hasn't done yet is boost with his leader effect. So what he would do is boost this to 4. Then drop the... Well, he doesn't have anything unblockable anymore, because he can only make unblockable with his Rayleigh. So now that he does this play, he won't be able to make it unblockable. Okay, so he said he's going to pass with 2 active taunts. Shit, dude, we're totally not going to kill him here, are we? I didn't even think of that. Well, we're going to have to try and go for it. We'll bring out the Karasu. We'll boost. And the question is it worth to boost wide even? I don't think so. So we'll go for this, and we'll hit him with 6 here. He's going to proceed to use his plus 2k, 1k. I didn't want to swing 6, but I also swing 7, and it becomes a little bit too big for me to be able to win this. Okay, so he just 2k, 1k'd. That's fine. Let's go for the 8. He countered with the unblockable now, though, so we can technically still live now, unless he has another unblockable. Which, if he does, we just don't know about that, right? And there's not much we can do about it. He does like also win if he just has another rusher. I think at this point he's kind of trying to bait my koala swing. Yep, saw that coming. Let's see. Let's do like this. I really don't like this, but I'm gonna do it like this. Yeah, he has it. Bad. It's bad. It's really bad. And we didn't swing into this either. We should have swung here first. Like, no matter what, we should have swung 2k into 2k here. Divine Departure, that's nice. Okay, so that was a really rough matchup. I think we just didn't really see our cards, though. We got put in a really weird spot. He wants rematch, so let's rematch. And now we get to go second. And we get a better starting hand as well. But yeah, that game was really rough. I feel like we didn't quite see our pieces. And obviously we went first, which is super negative. And we didn't find the 5 cost. Like that turn where we went to 5 Dawn and had to play Lindbergh. That was a really, really weak turn. Whereas now we are having an incredibly powerful turn here. I think from here we just win though, right? He does the same thing again, where he does not swing with his Zoro. So we'll do this. And we'll do this. Yep. We'll pass. But yeah, now he's just gonna get our board, and that's fine. I think we're still in a decent spot here. Because we can go 5 cost Ivankov next turn. So he has the unblockable, and he has the plus 1k thing. That's good to keep a check on. He doesn't end up playing the Shakuyaku. Do some sort of search here. Search for the Gatling gun, okay. We're just gonna 5 cost Ivankov here. Into Lindbergh, I guess. And we are gonna boost with the Koala here, which looks counterintuitive, but I swear it makes sense. Doing 8 into this, minusing the leader. 6 into this. Actually, we're gonna cheat out this Kuma first, in case of a mole gun trigger. And he probably wants to counter here. Yep. Plus 2k and then a 1k. Then he's gonna take this hit. So now we have a lot of pressure on him for this turn. Where he doesn't really have any sort of pressure on me. Maybe we should have kept the Koala in hand instead of the 6 cost Kuma here. But I think we're still in a decent spot. He finds the Armanentaki. Misses the Shakuyaku Surge. Hey, it's rough out here, dude. Rough out here. Interesting to see. Do we kill him here, like, no matter what? Or what situation am I in here? SSE doesn't, like, really have a board. Like, he has this, right? But he has, like, nothing else. We could also just pivot board here. But if we play the Kuma, we don't have anything to pitch. I think we're just gonna do like this instead. Just kind of go for it. This could have been at the Luffy, but I think it's fine to try and be a little bit more aggressive here. And then once he counters too hard, we'll pivot into the Luffy. But I do believe we're in a really good spot here. He might be able to counter out of this, but if he's not, he gets really punished. Yep. Nice. So we were able to win here. So we're 1-1 right now. Let's do a rematch. And see if it really was just because we went second and we're able to find our stuff there, or what the deal here is. We're gonna grab the 5 cost Ivankov as we are going first. We really needed that for the turn after, the third turn. We're gonna go Betty next turn, even though dropping Inazuma makes a lot of sense. Drops a Buggy Search. Doesn't look like he's whiffed this time, which is something. Finds the Mole Gun. That's really annoying. It's fine. It's double Buggy, which is also really bad for us. And he finds the King Kong Gatling. Okay, well, we're gonna do Betty here. See if we can find... Stages are right, actually. We're gonna use the stage, pitch the Hormone. Still no... nothing else we can play here. So it's just gonna be a 6k phase. We really need some counter power here, so maybe I should have grabbed a 2k at some point there. But we are still necessarily not in a bad spot. That's the boa. Misses the boa surge. He's missing a lot of surges, man. I don't know. You probably need to work on your ratios, man. Take the first hit as usual. Kuma not hitting anything here is really rough, but I really do want that extra swing next turn. He decides not to use leader effect and swing with the buggy. Again, he's very defensive with the way he swings here. I'm gonna drop a 5-cost Ivankov into Lindbergh. Unfortunately, we didn't hit Karasu there, but I think it's fine. I'm actually gonna pitch a Karasu here for Surge. There it is, perfect. Another 2k. Just what I wanted. And I'm actually gonna pitch another Karasu here just to go on the aggressive end. Drop all of these swings. Either he's fully bricked or he knows exactly what he wants to counter here, and he wanted to counter. Yeah, he just wanted to counter 2, take 2, so he took the 2 first ones, which is 100% correct. Now he's gonna pivot into my board, which is fine because if you're pivoting into my board, you're not pivoting into my face, which I like. And I could totally see myself countering ones here with a 2k. No, I'm not. I could see it because it makes him not swing at my face. These swings might be bigger, like demand more than a 2k, and I don't really want to take both. But I might be in a position where I have to. We have the Inazuma as well, so we could be very aggressive next turn. But it would be a very ballsy play. He has a Mulligan and a Gatling. We know that much. Yeah, we knew that already. Don't think there's any other search. I'm gonna 2k here. And I'm gonna take this one. Okay, Kuma's not bad at all. Should let us extend for one turn, but he's gonna pop. That's wrong. He should have gone for the Lindbergh. But that's fine. We'll pitch the Ivankov here, because what we really need is counter. We'll go for the Betty Surge into Kuma, I guess. I'm probably gonna pitch that. We'll swing 5k into the buggy. And then we'll do leader effects just to boost here. And I'm gonna swing 8 into this Luffy because we know he has the 2 events with complete bricks. So if he has to have a 2k 1k to defend this. Yeah, and he does not. So we'll do this, and I'm actually gonna pitch the 2k because I'm in a spot where I'm comfortable pitching things. But I want to have access to the rush. I don't think I'm not gonna die, so that way I can just keep the rush in my hand instead. We'll give up the Lindbergh. We don't necessarily need it here. And if he wants to use his resources this turn, that's fine. Finds a Luffy, plays a Luffy. Reveals. Okay, so he does have the counter event there as well. Really good for us to keep a check on. And plays out the Sanji. Now we know exactly what cards are in his hand. He has Gatling, Mulligan, and the counter event. Which is really, really good for us. I don't think he should have ever revealed this. I should have kept revealing the Mulligan. Oh wait, he used the Mulligan. Shit. We don't know all the cards. He's swinging 7. I'm gonna just take that. Another Kuma. It's not bad. We are not in a good spot here. I don't really want to push, especially because he has that counter event. Let me think here. We definitely want to do a surge. Question is if it is Kuma even here. But I think I'm kind of forced to play Kuma. Yeah, I guess I'll just grab another koala. That stage did nothing. So we can decide to be aggressive here, but because he has the counter event, we would have to swing insanely big numbers. So I don't think that's the play. I think the play is to go 5 here, see where he's at. Yep, and then we'll go 7 face. Again, see where he's at. Should take this though. Yep. That's annoying, but it's fine. And then we'll just play out the Kuma, and we'll pitch the we'll pitch the koala. I don't think he kills us this turn. We should be fine. And we'll leave 3 Dawn up for the fake hormone that we have in life here. We do have... We're in a weird spot, though. Okay, so swing 7. This will be a 6k. This can attach to rested. So it's Gatlings that I'm really afraid of. And he does have one in hand. There's a lot of power he can put out now. But I'm going to just take this hit. And I'm gonna keep that in hand. I'm gonna keep that in hand. Because I have the 3 Dawn up for it, which is totally intentional and skill-based. And I am just a goat. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take like all of these hits because I'm very confident in that we can counter now. He has this. He uses that, he can get plus 4k. And then he can attach 2 rested, so that's 6k value out of 2 Dawn. So he's plus 4k, so he has 12,000 power at his disposal here. If I take this, that means that he can swing. We can 6 and 6, so it's 11, 12. I actually think I'm fine taking this hit. 11, 12, because this is 6, and then this is 7, and I'm gonna have 2 life. I'm gonna keep that in hand because there's no reason to take that risk right now. You see, I can't take this because this is now 12 and then plus 4 from this and the Gatling, which makes that a 16k. So I'm gonna have to do this now. Question is if I can cheat something out, I'll be honest. I guess I'll cheat out the Kuma. The thing is, if he has Rush here, yeah. Luckily, we have enough counter here. We'll just... We again can't take this hit. The Rush there was a little bit scary, just because it was Kid and Killer. I was expecting something like Sora. But Kid and Killer is such a value play. I think if he spreads differently there, if he goes 8 there, I think he wins, right? Because then he goes 8, and then he goes 8 and 9. So I would need a 2k from here. I think he mathed wrong there. But this way, at least, he keeps Dawn open for leader effect. I think he's gonna cry to himself to sleep for not slapping a Dawn on there. Because he could literally, yeah, because he slaps a Dawn on there, and then he goes Gatling, that's plus 4k. Dude, it's like huge numbers. He could have gone totally different there. Yeah, he could have actually pre-used Gatling. We don't have the Inazuma now. So we would need to have like perfect math here. Do we ever go for board here? We have 3 swings, so we can leave him with just the Boa, but then he's only ever needs 1 rush. So I think we're just gonna have to go for this. 9, 10, 11. If he has to counter for this, he just has to counter for this. He's thinking, which probably means that he does have the counter. That is frustrating. Yeah, he had double of that. That's so bad. Okay, so I guess we just lose the game now. Again, we'll keep up Dawn for a fake hormone here. Or maybe the dream of a hormone, rather. Maybe the play is to pivot board it, because this card is just so strong, right? Like, there's literally nothing I could do there. Like, even if I have my Inazuma already, I don't think I can live that. And Yeah, there's just nothing I could do here. Jeez. Okay, so we're up against the Zoro this time. We're gonna see how bad this matchup is and if we are able to do something about it. He took first, which is nice, so I'm gonna keep this hand. He does find his Searcher, which is always annoying when they do, right? But I complain. I mean, I want Searchers too. Yeah, and then he's probably just gonna swing 8 here, or maybe establish a blocker, or a Tashigi even. But I assume this is just 8 face. Okay, so it's definitely the 2-cost blocker, or maybe even the Searcher that costs 2, the Hiyori. We find Ivankov, which isn't bad for our 6th on turn, but we do have the Kuma already. It's gonna be Koshiro. We're just gonna go pretty standard here. We don't really have anything good to cheat out, which is ass. I'm actually gonna pitch the stage here because our hand is pretty good already. We'll cheat out this Sabo because it's like best target, right? He takes that. Does that mean he's gonna take this too? He does not. Okay, interesting. This is probably Tashigi, and then he can clear my Ivankov, which is super annoying. Like, if this had been Karasu, right, he would have... Wow, really? He's going for the Sabo. Not like Anti-Starve is good in my deck, dude. Another stage, that's a little bit annoying. But there's the cross I was waiting for. I'm thinking if I'm going to Kuma here, or I'm going to wait 1 turn, because I don't really want to Kuma right now. Because it hasn't quite put pressure on me just yet. Yeah, let's go for this route. This is insane. I'll 2k farm him a little bit here. This looks bad as well, but I really like it. He takes the block there, that's really good. Okay, well now he has pressure on him to basically kill me this turn. And if he doesn't, he's kind of cooked. And we do have 3k counter in hand. Of course, he has access to restand event, which is terrifying. But he can at most go like 799. Looks like he's gonna pivot board. Okay, well that makes sense. I think that's fair. But he will only get rid of 1 of my things. 2 if he has restand, but it's not restand. He's gonna be 8 here and then 8 face. And if we trigger here, we're in a really good spot. Okay, it's Koshiro, so we're probably not gonna kill him this next turn. But thank God we have access to Kuma then. We're going very low in hand if we play it like that, though. The thing is, I don't know if Kuma's enough to win here. I think we might just have to push. But let's see. Let's start with an 8. He has no active Dawn, so it might literally be enough. I think we might have him here. I don't think he has that much counter. Wow, he has that much counter? Nice, dude. Very nice. I'm just gonna swing here now, though. Shit. Okay. Question is, is Kuma enough? No, it's not. Damn, he really had that counter, man. That's so sucky. We'll see. There's technically still a world, but yeah, him having all that counter there was really rough. 2k, 2k, 1k, 1k. Damn. I had what 8, 9, 10, 11. That was really rough, but not necessarily over yet. There it is. Now it's over. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see. This is like 7799. That's crazy. Diabolical. Yeah, literally nothing I can do about that. That is a good card, but it's just not. There's nothing I could have done there. Double brick, yeah. Damn, that's rough. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find another one and see if we can not get absolutely shat on. Because I think we played that correctly. I think he just had the counter, right? Sometimes you just have the counter. We're gonna go second. Such a and I'll keep it. I don't think we don't really have anything, but at least Kuma's still decent, especially if he hits a searcher here. Does not. Okay, well, I guess we'll just play out the Kuma anyways. This way we at least have access to Koala Kuma next turn as well. If he plays something. Just Kuma is also fine. Ivankov is even better though. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. We're gonna start with the 5k face. Yep. Gonna counter with the Cavendish. Nice, nice, nice. We're gonna hit him with the good old bop 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 bop. The good thing with keeping his board under control, right, is that he basically only has his leader swing. So if he wants to rest my board with the Shigi here, go for the Ivankov, at least he's not KOing my Kuma. Yeah, and then he restands and swing it by face. Super annoying. Okay. Fine. That's what you want to do. I was gonna play Kuma, but I'm just gonna play Ivankov now. I don't think I boost here either. I think it's just 6k face. We'll pass. Don't really want to put on that unnecessary aggression here. Because like I said, he can only really get rid of one of my things every turn. He plays shit like Iso, of course. Is this Iso Kuina? Like, what is this? What am I looking at, bro? I guess I'll give it to him, right? I'm so confused as to why he didn't restand last turn. Maybe he just forgot, but it's gonna cost him a lot. Okay, so he's trying to starve me. Now it makes sense. If your leader has a slash attribute, this character cannot be KO'd in battle by slash attribute card and gains 1000 power. Okay. So I can pop this, I can pop this, I can pop this. Or I can just play out the Kuma. Or we can go into super aggro here. You know what? I kind of fuck with both. Yeah. 5, 6, 6, 9, and then just pop the Tashi. No. 7, 7, 9. Pop the Iso. Because my board's too big. And Iso gets value either way. Both Iso and Tashigi will be able to swing into my board and get one thing. I think this pressure is better. Not sure, but I feel like it is. See what he decides to do here. Thinking very hard. We didn't even trigger our first life. I don't know why Boro's so scared of swinging into me. I think that's just a losing strategy for them. But it's pretty standard with Belo Betty that people kind of just think that starving is the right option. It is not. Especially with a deck like Zoro that can kind of out aggro you, right? He is going to end up taking it, and he's going to trigger something, it seems. Nope, no trigger. Okay, nice. We'll go for another 7k. He probably counters here, right? Yeah. And then we'll hit him with a 9k. You know what? This is actually going to go at Tashigi. Because he countered there. Gonna counter that with double 2k. Okay. Well, I pop the ESO, and then we're gonna move on with the life. So he has like no cards in hand, and we have like swings we need next turn, like no matter what he does here, right? And he's not going for the kill, which arguably you should have because you like one restand event and you have me. He doesn't because I have double 2k, but he doesn't know that. Sure, buddy. Sure, buddy. Gonna be Mihawk. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Not enough, but pretty nice. Still need to get rid of this, basically. I have 4k counter in hand, so... Yeah, buddy, that's not gonna cut it. Unless... Is this another blocker? Really? We're gonna take the chance that it's not, but it's probably another Koshiro, right? Yeah. For sure. So annoying. I guess we'll try to hit a Kuma off of this. Wait, no, we already seen like 3 Kumas. Thing is, if we play that, we have no boost. You know what? Let's start with this, see where he's at. Nice. Okay, then I think I can do this. Yeah. Fuck, that should have gone at the Tashigi. What a choke that was. I thought I could go bigger here, but Tashigi's a fucking 7k. Like, do you realize how fucking overstated that shit is? Okay, he just lets that go. That's good. Then we at least get some value still here. Okay, let's see. Does he chop deck into the restand event? If he does, he could definitely kill me here. If not, we have him next turn. That was a choke. Those numbers were choked though. Like I should have koala the Tashigi, and then I could have swung like 2 into it, and then like whatever. I could have gotten rid of it more easy. But I think in general we are still in a good spot here. That swing makes sense because you can always have that swing for free before deciding if you want to kill someone or not. Ah, another Koshiro. So he again has enough defense. Kind of crazy how this deck can go offensive and defensive in like the same turn, or like with the same cards, right? Like it's just such an overstated fucking deck, dude, pissing me off. That's really good though, and the fact that he swung at my life there means I have access to boost and play it. Let's hit him with 4/5. Yeah, we should. I think we have lethal here. Yeah. Like we just go 5, maybe he counters the 5, but then we go 5 again, he takes, then because we had the Inazuma as well, so like we always had enough swings. Well, that was nice. That worked a lot better than last game. But he was also trying to starve us. That was a little sucky, but we'll take it. All right, that is going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing me go up against these really difficult matchups. And if you did, leave a like on the video and subscribe as well if you want to see more content like this. Basically, the conclusion of the video is I see why Belo Betty is not seeing as much play, but I do not see why Belo Betty is seeing no play. Like, it's fine. Like, it's not that bad. Like, I think Green Zoro is a problem, but I think that if you just know the matchup, know the cards they have, you can work around. Like, the Green Zoro decks are very, very predictable, right? They always run like the same 50 cards. It's like very easy to know exactly what they're running, right? So there's that. And then, you know, just take a little bit against it and you should be fine. And Rayleigh's not at all as aggressive as Animal Zoro is, right? Animal Zoro is a problem because they go wider than you can handle. But you have like Lindbergh and Kuma hits like all of their 1 costs, and then you just keep control of board like that, and you should be able to deal with Rayleigh easier than Zoro. And we've been alive in metas that Zoro has been prevalent in, Red Zoro. So it shouldn't really be that deep that Belo Betty becomes completely unplayable in OP12. OP13 though, that might be really rough for Belo Betty. I don't know, man. They have got some crazy decks reveal, bro. And that's before even revealing the last leader, dude. But I don't think Betty's dead in OP12. I think it's going to be a great deck. I'm going to play Koala, but I'm obviously still going to play Betty. But Koala looks like so much fun. So we'll see. I'll jump between the two Rev Army decks, right? But it's at least not dead. I guess other than that, I will see you in the next video. Peace.